Hi guys, Kai here and welcome back to episode 7 of the Football Manager 2020 series, and we are into the new year. As you can see, we went on a pretty bad run of form there. Look at all those red dots, that's not what we wanted to do after a great start as well that we had to the season, but we did end the year with 2 victories, so hopefully we can get off to a winning start in the new year. We are still battling Boston United, Kidderminster, Leamington up there as well, Alfreton, Hereford, Kettering, and of course York. We do take on York next up, and we are still battling all of those for the top spot and of course the playoff places. But let's see how we get on then. Here are some of the stats for the year, obviously the top scorers and all that. Asante, he was on fire, he was banging in loads of goals, and then of course he cooled down a little bit, so we've been struggling as of late. But as you saw in the schedule, we did get the last 2 wins of the year in 2019, so fingers crossed 2020 starts off a little bit better for us here at Chester FC, and we can try and get ourselves back to the top of the table and then start building some kind of gap at the top. But let's see how we start off this new year then. Remember, at the start of this season, it was a pretty decent start for ourselves. York was the only team where we actually lost for a while. So we're looking for revenge today. We don't really have any injuries to worry about. A few fitness concerns though, some of them not quite fully fit, so we do have to make a couple of changes, but let's see how we get on. And as you can see, we are quite a way into this game and we're still not seeing any goals for either side, but it is York right now who are in possession. They've just lost it, win it back, and Chester, they're on the attack. Here is Brad Jackson, crosses far post, and there with the volley is Danny Elliott. Danny Elliott is another player who has been on fire, but then he went quiet for a little bit. We went quiet with the results, which was a bit of a shame. So hopefully Danny Elliott is going to be back for us as well, banging in the goals like he's just done there. We are leading by a goal to nil, and I say that, and we've just conceded a late equaliser with minutes to play. It is now Chester FC 1, York 1, and that is a disappointing time to concede, I have to say, unless we can steal the win late on here. But right now it's York on the attack. Please do not concede. Whew, the goalkeeper got down low there, makes a fantastic save. Otherwise it would have been York taking home the 3 points with themselves. Maybe one last attack. No, the final whistle blows in. 23 shots and we only scored 1 goal. So obviously the attack is something which we need to improve on, scoring goals, being creative. But at least we don't start off the year with a loss. We have moved down to 3rd place in the league though, so that needs to change. Bradford PA are not having the best of seasons. They're currently in 20th place, so this should be an easy win for Chester, but we are away from home, so it could go either way. And right now, as you can see, it is Bradford with the ball. They've just lost it, and now Chester on the attack. Asante crosses, and there is the first goal of the game, and it's that man yet again. He scored in the last one. Danny Elliott giving us the first half lead, and let's try and expand on that. We want more goals. We want to go a few goals clear if we can, and there is the second one. It's kaiqom with his 3rd league goal of the season. That gives us a nice little cushion and a 2-goal lead, and we are into the second period then, leading by 2 goals, looking to make it 3. Can we get the 3rd goal? And we cannot. I think that was Asante with his effort. My rating's not too bad here from the players. Will be even better if we get a 3rd, and there is the 3rd goal, and it is going to count. Actually, that was an own goal, but we'll still take an own goal. We're leading by 3 goals. Now we are going to make a change or 2 here. Now we do have the 3-goal lead, as we are struggling a little bit with the fatigue and stamina within the team. We could do with a little bit of break, so we're going to try and make some changes whenever possible. You would have thought that would be possible with a 3-goal lead, wouldn't you? And it's been okay. So we are back up to 2nd place. Boston United do have a game in hand at ourselves though, but there we go. A nice 3-goal win. 3 points in the bag. We were the better side, but we were the favourites going into this game anyway. Nice little team talk as well for the players. So there we go, nice little rundown, review of the week's football. York, they drew. Kidderminster won 3-1. Boston United dropped points, so that is good news for ourselves as well, as we try and stay top of the table, or up or around there, and then obviously try and build upon that and build a gap between ourselves and the chasing pack. But 3 players in the team of the week, mainly on that right side of the pitch for Chester FC. So hopefully they can continue that kind of form, linking well together on the wings. And Telford it was picking up the win there. Kettering, we have made an offer for Anton Ferdinand. He's just been released by St Mirren in the Scottish leagues. Actually, let's have a look. Can we scout this guy? He is 34 years old, but of course he will bring in a lot of experience. He won't be going into the first team straight away, maybe more as a backup, just to help the players if we do need any cover. And with us lacking a little bit with the stamina and fitness, he would be nice to put into the starting 11 to give one of our main centre-backs a rest, as we are a little bit short in the centre-back positions. Well, let's see how we get on then. As you can see, the rain is falling hard here against Blythe. That was in the back of the net, but it will not count. It was just offside as that ball was played over the top. And still 0-0, and it is Chester FC right now looking to take the lead in this one. And the ball over the top, and that one is going to count. Asante getting his 13th goal of the season, and that puts us back to the top of the table. Hopefully we remain there. Obviously we want to go up as the champions. That would be absolutely superb if we can get promoted in our debut managerial season. But Blythe looking to get themselves back onto equal terms, and they do that. It is Tavares who gets the leveler there for the home team. So 1-1 it is. We've got 25 minutes remaining on the clock, and that crossed straight into the hands there of the home keeper. And we are back in possession now ourselves. Chester looking to go more central. This one plays onto that far side. Poor ball. And now the attack is on for Blythe. And again, it is Fabio Tavares who gets his second goal of the game. It would have been his hat-trick, of course, if his first goal in the first half was not ruled out for offside. And we're into the final few seconds, and it looks like we are going to be heading to a defeat, which is a pretty poor result, if I got to be honest. We had the most of that game, more possession, more shots as well, but a little bit unlucky there going forward. So we've got one more game remaining in the month of January. It's been a short month, of course, especially after a busy Christmas period. We have finished scouting Anton Ferdinand, and as you can see, he would be one of the better players to come in, even though he is 34 years old. So we are going to make him an offer. Do we have enough money though to bring him in? Obviously we don't have enough money. Well, we don't have quite a lot of money ourselves. We are going to play about with this negotiations, try and bring him in. As I said, he's not going to be a first team starter, but we are going to be bringing in more as backup, and obviously he is full of experience as well. So if he needs to come in and do a job, I'm sure he will be able to do so. It's going to be a little bit of an expensive backup, but if we can bring him in, it will be nice for us. And then if we do get promoted, obviously we're hoping to get more money to play with in the summer. So a little bit of a risk, but we're going to take it. Next up then for Chester is Spennymoor, who are currently 15th in the league. So we are big favourites for this one, back into second place. But obviously, if we do get the win, we will be back to the top of the table. Any players? Let's just have a look who we can shove in there. I think everybody was okay. Spennymoor already have themselves a player sent off, so down to 10 men. Not quite sure how that one happened, and there is the first goal of the game. And in fact, it's the first goal of the season for our new boy, Cavella. He was brought in, of course, so it's nice to see him getting his first goal for Chester FC, leading by a goal to 0. Spennymoor down to 10 men. Obviously, it would be nice for us to get ourselves back to winning ways after that disappointing result against Blythe. And that one somehow... Oh, it's Cavella again. He gets his second goal of this season. 2 goals in the first half then for him. The midfielder, I think he's 27 years old. I could be wrong with that. But he's got 2 goals. He's obviously experienced as well. And there is the 3rd goal of today's game. It's the 14th of the season for Kwasi Asante. And I'm sure he is going to be banging in more before the season is over. Can we get another? We do. Lloyd Marsh Hughes. He gets his first goal of the season. That is Chester's 4th. And will there be any more goals even in this game? Ben McKenna pulls one back for Spennymoor. It's not going to be enough though. We are going to be taking the 3 points in this one. It is going to be the last game as well of January. So we'll be heading into the month of February in the next episode. and hopefully we can continue on with this form, because there is another goal for Lloyd Marsh Hughes, who came on for Asante and bagged himself 2 goals. So a fantastic performance from him, and Spennymoor going close there, looking to get themselves a second consolation goal. But a nice performance here all round from Chester, especially after that disappointing result. Oh, actually, they've got themselves a second red card, so down to 9 men. Spennymoor when we win 5 goals to 1, 20 shots, and at least we got 5 goals this time. That is something which we have been struggling with, isn't it, recently? So there is a quick competition review. We are second in the league, just 1 point behind Kidderminster. Did they win their game? They did. They won 4 goals to 0. So a pretty decent way to end today's episode, with a nice win and a bunch of goals. Fingers crossed we can go into February and continue on with this decent form. It's nice to be back to some decent form. Even though we did lose against Blythe, it was a more of a positive month. We're getting the goals coming in as well at the end of December and this month. A few tough games coming up though in February, starting off against Southport, Leamington there, Darlington. Kettering is going to be a tough one, as well as they are in the playoffs. As you can see, they're actually 7th in the league right now, but Kidderminster up there as well. We need to start turning our losses into draws or wins, and hopefully we can get ourselves back to the top of the table. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.